Perfect Ban List Episode 2. You have voted for Beaver Warrior to be limited to 1. Dragon Rulers are fully unlimited. And we had to ban Purely for the release of this tournament, but Makonko, Galaxy Eyes, they are in. Now keep your eyes out for cards like Baron de Fleur, Fenrir, Kashtira, which you all did not ban. So you have to let me know in the comments what cards we banned so we could continue the perfect ban list. The perfect ban list. The community has banded together to create the perfect Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list, encompassing everything we love in Yu-Gi-Oh! Powerful cards, interactivity, and perfect balance. But of course, we won't get it perfect on the first try, and that's where you come in. After every episode, it's up to the top 3 most liked YouTube comments with one big change to help improve the ban list. This could be anything from unlimiting, limiting, forbidding cards, or even banning entire deck types. Now, let's embark onto the perfect ban list. In a perfect ban list format, we have Dark Magician with DPE. You didn't think that DPE should be banned, so now we are playing it. Salvation will salvate our Eternal Soul onto the field. We do need a Dark Magician, which, there it is. Eternal Soul could summon the Dark Magician, which will trigger the circle, which will banish a card on the field. We're going to Polymerization, Fusion Shokan into the Dark Magicians. Now, by activating a spell, the Dark Magicians will draw a card. So we are going to draw into Magician Souls by stacking the deck. We're also going to draw into a Preparation of Rites. The Illusion of Chaos, which could grab us a Magician Soul, so we did not really need that draw right there. And now it is time for non-target poppage. But we're dealing with quite a crazy hand here. Egyptian Gods in round 1. Lightning Storm wiping out the entire back row. Not going to be able to summon a Dark Magician onto the field, triggering the effect of the Dark Magicians to draw 1 there. Now, when this card's activated, add a Winged Dragon of Ra. What is going on here? There's new Egyptian God support. Now, you could send a Divine Beast to add a Monster Reborn from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You could send this to the graveyard, and then you could summon a Winged Dragon of Ra, ignoring its summoning conditions. The Winged Dragon of Ra with no animation is here. DPE pop it just like that. No, we could not pop it. Ain't popping. DPE popping something else, attempting to come back during the next turn. Call by the Grave is going to negate and banish. Holy moly. Let's read what this was after the DPE got fingered. When this card's activated, this was once per turn, you could send this to blah, 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 blah. So that wasn't even doing anything good. What was this card even doing after it was sent to the graveyard? During the end phase, you must send. Why didn't we pop the Winged Dragon of Ra? Does anyone know why it was indestructible? Why couldn't we pop it? Did we choose to not pop it? Anyway, Winged Dragon of Ra paying 1,000 life points to destroy a monster on the field. The Dark Magicians will now summon a Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl from anywhere. It is here. It is top 10. It's gone. No. The perfect ban list in Egyptian Gods still suck. We need more support, Konami. More. Searching for a Magician Rod here on summon. Searching for a Soul Servant, which could stack up the deck. We're going to use Denier. Denier is here. Stack the deck with Dark Magician Circle to add it to the hand. 2,700 damage in the field. Not enough for lethal. Now with Dark Magician Circle, we are going to add nothing off the top of the deck. Everything into attack. We must lethal with the Dark Magician. This is it. What? Guardian Slime? We were attacking for game. Ain't no way it absorbs the attack of Dark Magician. Nightmare Unicorn, main phase 2. Discard a card, spin back the slime, but now you fell right for his trap. You have everything in attack position, making you susceptible to a lightning storm wiping out your entire field of monsters. Wipe the field! Oh my Jesus. And now there's a Metal Reflect Slime, which looks non-threatening, but it's summons something huge. Get ready for it. Whiffs the Dark Magical Circle. Now this is not the summon. This is going to be used to summon the Egyptian God Slime. Yes. Egyptian God Slime, 3,000 attack, 3,000 defense, cannot be destroyed by battle. Holy moly. Get ready, get ready. Fusion Deployment could summon a Dark Magician from the deck, right? Do we not play enough Dark Magicians? Why couldn't we activate it? We only played 2? 3,000 damage to the face. You reveal a fusion material, and then you summon that fusion material on the field. Wow, what the heck happened? Level 10 or higher monsters on the field cannot be targeted or be destroyed by card effects. We cannot Dark Magician Circle it. We cannot banish it. We cannot Ultimate Slay it. Ain't no way. Wow. So this plus the Egyptian God Slime is why he was easily able to win round 1 going to Egyptian Gods. That was crazy. In a perfect ban list, we have powerful decks. We just want diversity. We want good interaction. We don't want long turn ones. Is Heroes considered a long turn one as we speed this up? The miracle is here, and what the heck? This was horrible, turn 1. This was no bueno. Ain't no way. Gets Kaiju'd anyway. Now Orihime is gonna be searching for a Hugh Lee, one of the 3 dancing girls. Now the Great Ceremony is gonna special summon the Orihime. She could use an equip card from the graveyard, put it onto anyone. Now what's very cool about her effect is she targets the equip, and then that's it. It's not targeting a monster on the field, it's non-target equipage after you target the equip. So a monster that can't be targeted will have an equip on it. We have Makanko Dance in the graveyard, dancing the Hugh Lee onto the field, which now makes us completely untargetable. Cannot be targeted, cannot be targeted. Even our equip card cannot be targeted. Now, Axe of Fools. Equip onto the Kaiju, reflecting battle damage when we attack into it. On the attack, we have the Spirit Hero Neos, searching for a card on summon, reflect the battle damage, triggering the effect of the increase, spin the increase back within the damage step as we swing in for lethal reflected battle damage. Now, Makanko is a new shiny toy within this new tournament. New deck list being added to a perfect ban list game, that's a good thing. So we can't just ban every new deck that comes out. We need more excitement. But is this a deck that should exist? I think it's a healthy one because going second isn't really good in Master Duel, and it should be. It should be back and forth. It shouldn't be unanimously going first is the best across all the decks. So a viable turn 2 deck, I say it stays, but it's up to you. You let me know in the YouTube comments. Let's go to round 3. Of course, Makanko wants to go second. We got Fenrir searching the Fenrir. We're going to Arachno into the Sarah. Now, with the Sarah, she's all about plussing when you activate a Trap Tricks card or a back row card. So if you activate the Floodgate, you summon a Trap Tricks from the deck, then it activates, then she sets a trap from the deck. Let's see how this works. Makanko, all about winning, going second. Preparation of Rites, a very important search here, needing that Orihime. Now, denying the Orihime by negating the Preparation of Rites will lead into getting Triple Tactics Talented, which could probably draw into her anyway. We're not going to even do that. We're going to take control of the Sarah. Sarah has been taken control of. We're going to use the Fire Equip card to special summon a monster and special summon a monster from your opponent's graveyard onto the field. 1800 defense, and now all of our Makanko cards are untargetable. So could we Floodgate Trap Hole this? Let's see this. This states special summon from your hand, and if you do equip it, then you could special summon one monster from your opponent's graveyard to their fields. Wow. Did you just make Floodgate Trap Hole miss the timing? Ain't no freaking way that you just did that. So Floodgate's gonna flip down the Ash Blossom and not the Hugh Lee? What? No way! Did that just happen? This is the craziest interaction with the most irrelevant card. Wow, outplayed. Unbelievable, that was so smart. Now the Fenrir could not banish the monster nor the back row card because it's untargetable. We equip in the dance, let's go in, reflect that 2400 damage, spin back the Fenrir, oh my Jesus, just the plays keep on happening. Stuck with a floodgated Ash Blossom, can't summon the Fenrir, can't evenly match. This was just perfect. It may not have been a one-turn kill, but damn, it may have has been one. Damn, that's so good. Holita is, oh, that was so good. Oh, you don't need to have a one-turn kill to have a great duel. That was unbelievable. Completely untargetable, playing around the Floodgate. And that is also a good thing when you just understand card text. You don't have to memorize cards. We just, off the top of my head, boom, read it. And okay, that's going to make it miss the timing. Actually flipped it up, flipped down their own card as we predicted it. That's crazy. Let's hop into round 4. Pendulum in a perfect ban list format. I don't know if that is actually a thing that should exist. You tell me. Draco Slayer, Odd Eyes. We are Potapian, digging deep. Now, should Pot of P become unlimited? It's a card that helps out a lot of rogue decks, but it could also help top tier decks. The new cash tier at tier 0 when a Rise Heart comes out, that's a really broken card in that deck. We are popping this up, special summon, searching for a field spell, did not search for a floodgate, so that's good. We got Sky Iris, we're going to be searching with our Odd Eyes. The Morphage Sloth, I think this is something we probably need to ban. We gotta be more broad with our bans on floodgates. Now, this is going to be Luster Penduluming a monster onto the field to make the Hermetic Seal to spin back a card the opponent controls. Electromite. Should Electromite be banned in a perfect ban list format? To just dissuade Pendulum users from having long-turn ones. Or maybe it's healthy. You tell me. Illusion of Chaos grabbing our Magician's Soul. Now, we're going to change of heart, take control of the Heavenly Sphere. It's going to jump off the field before it can happen. Get ready, get ready. Spin back our Sky Iris. With our open field, we will be special summoning our Fenrir. Now, what the heck is this? This states that if this card is pendulum summoned or flipped face up, neither player could special summon monsters from the extra deck while this card is face up on the field. So that doesn't work? You were not pendulum summoned? Huh? Okay. That's not floodgating. Come forth, we have the Primitive Planet. Primitive Planet is going to be popping a card in the field because there's 3 monsters in defense as we now go into the Light Heart. Light Heart on someone's going to be searching for another field spell, but we already activated that one, so we could discard it plus the other field spell to then draw 2. Summoning the right card, searching for the Arrival. Arrival could reborn a monster from the graveyard, making our Tri-Heart. Another good turn 2 deck is Scareclaw. We can reborn a Scareclaw, search our deck for a Scareclaw, and all the Scareclaws are giving us abilities. Piercing battle damage, multiple attacks, triple attack, lethal damage, 9,000 damage in a single turn. That looks healthy to me. Powerful turn 2 decks, I would love a mix of that. We have, someone was playing Crusadia earlier. We have Scareclaw. We now have Makonko. Let's have more. Now, I want you to very carefully pay attention to Tupac's plays. There's probably a ton of cards that you would want to ban from his deck. This mad lad loves his floodgates. Begin. And another turn 2 deck, by the way, Crusadia, as we were just talking about it, banishing for Eater of the Millions and passing. So what this is at the start of the damage step, this will banish a monster face down. Before, it was cool with Kashtira. Then we have Solemn Strike. On a monster effect or a special summon, negate. So this doesn't seem too bad so far. Harpy Feather Duster wiping up that back row. As we now go into our Crusadia plays. Link 1 it up, special summon to where the link is pointing to. We're going to destroy the Eater of Millions to now open up the field for a potential lethal damage play. Can Crusadia deal lethal damage on an open field though? From my experience, they can't. Unless they update Jammer into an access code talker. Now, not actually an open field as we had the Orochi to block any potential open field attack. So even if we attempted that, we were good. Pot of D will very easily be negated by the Ash Blossom. Negate! I do not think so. Now with Power of the Guardians, we're actually going to use our other effect, banish cards in the extra deck to pop a card in the field. Every attack, including you attacking into me, we gain 500. And if we have any gained amount of attack and defense through the Power of the Guardians, we are indestructible by battle and card effect. So how do you deal with it? We're going to special summon the Illegal Knight and then summon alongside it to make a Regulix. Whoa, Kaiju over the Orochi. As we then banish more cards off the top of our deck to summon the Orochi back in the field as we redirect our attack onto the Orochi instead. 8 cards off the top of the deck summons the Orochi. So we have the Moon Shield, which could also help. Whoa, 34 cards banished. 42 cards banished. Grenmaju at 16,000 attack. 12,000 damage. Well. Okay, let's hop into the next round. Fenrir to open this up against Makonko. Makonko, probably the most popular, prevalent deck in the new Perfect Banlist tournament format. So it's going to be up to you if this should be restricted. We have the Ragugura to add back the Airbellum from the graveyard, discarding with the Vernissalif to search, and then also reborn the Airbellum from the grave. Vernissalifin again. We can special summon Rescue Cat. No, we can't. We can't special summon the monster that we sent to the graveyard. But we do have a Chang Ying, and the Fenrir also replaced itself as we monster reborn our Rescue Cat, which could summon up to 2 Airbellums from the deck. That was my play. I would normal summon Rescue Cat, special summon Airbellum. We have double Dark Soul. Dark Soul in the end phase will be searching for an X-Saber. Let's go. Now, back in my day, the ruling for this, which Konami officially ruled it incorrectly, you could summon Dark Soul, send Dark Soul, summon Dark Soul, send Dark Soul, and you would search that many times in the end phase. It was ridiculous. This is separate, 2 Dark Souls activating. Double Foul Troll. You need double X-Saber in the field to summon this. Boy, we going back in the day here. Pot of E, banishing 6 cards from the action deck randomly to then grab the Orihime. That was a bait search. Axe of Fools is going to negate the Fenrir from banishing a face-up card in the field face down. We're going to be adding the Great Ceremony to summon our Orihime from the hand. Now, the Orihime could use an equip card in the graveyard to equip it onto a monster on the field. This is going to trigger the Chang Ying, though. Huh? Activate the... wait, did we not Chang... Why is Chang Ying did not activate? Why we no banish? You didn't want to banish? Am I missing something? Why did you just let your Chang Ying die? Ain't no way that you did not trigger it off of a card being banished. Huh? Does not make sense to me. We're going to be searching for an equip card using the effect of the Fenrir, which is, of course, negated. Fire Dance going to special summon a Makonko from the hand or grave as we have triple attack, lethal damage. Just like that. I mean, that's the benefit of playing against a deck you're not familiar with. You don't really know when to activate your cards. Damn. Was the graveyard empty? No way. There was something in there, right? I can't check right now. Surely there was something, there was a preparation of rites at least in there. Yeah. Egyptian God is back. In round 7, the final round, we are summoning the Ferris by discarding increased tribute to summon to then special summon a Vian, binding, sending from the deck to the graveyard a Malicious. We could banish it to summon from the deck. First, we're going to banish for a Polymerization, making a Cross Crusader, which will reborn the Malicious, then tribute the Malicious to search for a monster. We have not used up our normal summon yet, searching for Denier to use with Polymerization to make a DPE. This is the way. Come forth, non-target, pop a card on the field. Denier is going to recycle the Malicious back into the deck, so we could use the Malicious in the graveyard to summon back onto the field. Now, Wonder Driver wants to be summoned to where it's pointing to recycle the Polymerization. Grab back the Polymerize, we can now reuse it. Polymerize it with the Wonder Driver and the Malicious to make the Sun Rise, which will search for a Miracle Fusion that we already have in the hand. We're going to be fusing with the Grave and Field to make our Wake Up Elemental Hero. We're going to pop it with our DPE, activating its effect to summon a Shadow Mist from the deck. This is how you search for Mass Change. This is how you get out your Dark Law. So write this down. This is an optimal turn 1 hero play. DPE is going to come back, and then everything they do is going to get banished. Come forth, DPE. We do have Lightning Storm to wipe out everything. We are going to chain the Mass Change to that Lightning Storm, having our monsters in defense position so they don't get wiped out by the Lightning Storm. Now, there is a Sphere Mode. Sphere Mode requires 3 monsters on the field to just tribute over them. Shadow Mist activating, grabbing a Stratos from the deck, and we're now going to use the Millennium Revelation to pass. This is not good. So this says you could send a Divine Beast monster from your hand to where? The graveyard. The cost is to the graveyard, and this states that cards cannot go to the graveyard. Anything with the cost that wants to go to the grave is stopped by the Dark Law. Stratos is here, but if we leave that Stratos up for a turn, the Sphere Mode is coming. We're going to grab the Honest Neos, which will be able to boost up the field of one of the monsters by plus 2,500 within the damage step, but boosting up to 5,000 attack. Now we're going to use the Guardian Slime. If you take battle damage, summon itself onto the field. Pop the Guardian Slime so that it does not block another attack. What a wonderful duel from Heroes. Do you think that was broken? Was that too good? Should Dark Law be a card that gets banned? It kind of floodgated the Egyptian deck from being able to make any plays. We are in the top 4 of the perfect ban list tournament. What is this? A Synchron deck versus a Dragon Link deck. Now, you may be confused as to why this deck can exist. Well, it is because you are in charge of the ban list and not myself. So if we were to look at the cards that are banned here, what would stop a full-powered Dragon Link deck? That would be Rocket Tracer being banned and Bystial Lubellion. So they can't search for Bystials. They don't have the main level 4 tuner for Rockets, but this Mad Lad still topping the tournament with a Dragon Link deck. You have to decide yourself based off of this duel if this deck should be allowed, or maybe the deck is now balanced. Maybe it's okay to have. And from this week, we newly banned Purely. All the Dragon Rulers were unlimited besides Tidal and Redox because we can't even craft them. And also Beaver Warrior was limited to 1, per your suggestion. Hajime. That's not toxic to me. This seemed fine. This seemed really bad even. No Romulus to search Ravine to then send Absolrouter to grab a Rocket Tracer. That play's gone. So this is now what the deck is. Masquerena into a Unicorn? Sure. I don't think we should do anything, even though he did do well enough to top 4 of the tournament. We have Water Enchantress grabbing a Rite of Air's Mirror, the Adventure Engine. Should that be banned? Do we ban the Adventurer cards, or is it okay? Now, Masquerena is going to be activating, and this is quite the interaction. Masquerena activates to Link Summon during the opponent's turn, but she must be part of the Link Summon. If she's not, then no Link Summon happens, and the Ghost Ogre is going to destroy her, thus denying the entire effect. Wipe out the Masquerena, no Unicorn, no spin, 1 for 1, discarding DD Crow to come forth and get out our Jet Synchron. Now, what's about to happen here is going to be quite nasty. This is what I suspect to be a Junk Speeder play. Should Junk Speeder be banned? Should Yusei be allowed in a perfect ban list? Get ready. First, going to spin back the Collapsed Serpent, and we're actually skipping the Junk Speeder play, going right into the Excel Synchron to reborn our Jet Synchron. Maybe we're still doing it, actually, and he's doing some other steps first. Stardust Dragon being reborn as we now Shokan into the Junk Speeder is in fact here. Summon, summon, summon from the deck, activating our Stardust Synchron to grab the Stardust Illumination. Now, we are going to be making a Baron to Floor Omni Negate. I do think at least this card should be banned, so please upvote it, comment it on the YouTube channel, and it needs to be a top upvote for us to ban the Baron to Floor. We have to get rid of it. It's too generic. I think Apollo USA should also be banned, if not already. Yeah, the Apollo USA is allowed, so why are you all allowing Apollo and Baron? Get that out of here. Shokan into the Chaos Angel. This card I think is okay. You tell me. I don't think it's too prevalent and too suppressive. It is unaffected from monster effects, making all your synchros unaffected from monster effects, that is. And your whole field also becomes indestructible by battle. Y Spree with the lethal attack. Just like that, Synchron's advancing to the grand finale. So 2 out of the top 4 not playing Makonko. That's interesting. No Makonko. I am shocked. What is Magician Souls for here? What is your deck? I don't know. I can't just say you're a Dark Magician deck. Now, Tupac actually made it to the top 4? Ain't no way. Pot of E, easy Ash Negate, but then we can follow up with the Pot of D to banish another 10 cards off the top of the deck for a total of 16 cards banished. This is a banished deck. Now, Mistake is a floodgate that we may want to restrict. Neither player could add cards from their deck to their hand except by drawing them. Do you really consider that to be a toxic floodgate? Magician Soul, sending the Illusion of Chaos to then summon our Magician Soul to then get banished by the Fenrir. We're now going to be discarding the Super Polymerization to attempt to negate the Fenrir as a solemn judgment says, no. Negate. Half our life points. And that is it for the Magician's Soul. Now, the Kurikara contributes the Fenrir as she's doing to be a whopping 3,000 attack. She also has this very cool effect of during the end phase, we're going to steal the Fenrir. Holy moly. This is a very good card against Purely right now. If they activate their Nor in the standby phase to draw a card, if they activate it at all for any reason, you then get to Karikura the field of monsters that activate, that is. Didn't even use the mistake. We are going to banish at the start of the damage step. Goodbye to the Fenrir, activating the Heavenly Dragon Prison to, after we flip up a back row, it will summon itself onto the field. This is a Scare Claw deck, a turn 2 deck, making it to the top 4, flipping up Mistake to deny the field spell from adding a card from the deck to the hand. Maybe Mistake is healthy. Mistake ensures that people aren't adding too much from the deck to the hand all duel. Now, the other mistake is going to be triggering our Heavenly Prison to come forth and summon at 3,000 attack. No monster in the graveyard to special summon with the effect of the Kurikara. Pada D, banishing 10, draw 2, Orochi banishing 8 cards off the top of the deck. To battle we go. Goodbye to the Kurikara, as we do not have lethal damage. This is leaving Kraken blinking red at 1450 life. Now we have another potential floodgate here. Lose turn. Activate only if you're currently controlling no special summon monsters, which we do have the Orochi. While a monster is face up on the field, negate its effects during the turn that monster was special summoned. Is this okay as a floodgate? And we do have Change of Heart off the top of the deck. Change the heart of the Eater of the Millions, going in for lethal damage. No way. Wow. Change of Heart for game. This card's semi-limited. Unfreaking believable. Let's go to the grand finale. Let's hop into best of 3 grand finale. Rite of Air's Mirror, not ashable, summoning a token plus setting up the Faithful Adventure on summon of a monster, triggering the effect to add the Draco back. Now, denying the search for a Griffin that we already have in the hand. Quick effect, pop a card, Omni Negate, plus pop a card that activates, or Disruption. Let's go. Super Poly, Change of Heart though. Taking control of the Baron to floor, negate. We have 3 more disruptions to play through. Herald, Croco, Ogre. Triple Tactics Talent, again, negate. 2 more disruptions. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Normal summon the Acro. Disruption, number 2 down. We only have 1 left. And because the Baron to floor and the Croco activated, we contribute both monsters, summoning a 4,500 Kurikara. Now, during the end phase, you could special summon the Baron to floor onto your side of the field, but the Ogre could pop her. It does not negate her, but you still get a Baron to floor. That is insane. This is a very good card to potentially be playing now. Ogre, pop, no negate, Baron to floor, thank you, let's go. Damn, I'm on the Kurikara train. That, I'm gonna be putting that in every deck now. I'm putting 3, and that's even before the Kashtira Tier 0 support comes out. Insanity. Faithful Adventure grabbing the Water Enchantress, discarding. We now have Black Garden. Every summon's gonna summon a plant token to the opposing side of the field. Some crazy combos could happen from that, but are we going to allow it? As Baron to floor does not negate the token summon, because maybe we really just don't need to. That token is here, reducing the attack of a monster by half. Any monster summoned will get reduced and then summon a token. Will we Baron to floor pop the garden? No, we're not. Opening up the field for 3,500 life points for our 3,000 attack. On summon of the token, we're going to negate the garden. You will not be reducing my attack nor summoning a token. This opening up the field for lethal damage. Kraken with the Change of Heart, Triple Tactics Talent, Kurikara play, taking an epic Game 1 victory. This is what I like to see. going second being viable, being great. We are already just on the second episode of the perfect ban list. Do we have the perfect ban list? Up, left, right, A, B. I think that's the play. And then you take control of an opponent's monster by tributing yours. And if you have no monster to tribute to take control, you can instead change their battle position. Now, this is a level 5 synchro play. Whenever you see the level 5 synchro play, you know that the junk speeder's coming. Now, Yspree wants to make sure that he could set up a negate before going into the junk speeder. That imperm is waiting. You're going to save imperm for the junk speeder, ideally. We're going to use the Excel Stardust to summon an actual Stardust Dragon. Now Shokaning into the junk speeder. Junk speeder, activate, come forth and summon from the deck. Imperm onto the Stardust Synchron. Interesting. Now, you may be thinking, why didn't we imperm the junk speeder? The crazy thing about this is, this states that you summon a Stardust, then immediately after this effect resolves, you synchro summon using monsters you control as material. Well, for the rest of this turn, the monsters synchro summoned by this effect are unaffected from impermanence, unaffected from Ash Blossom. The Stardust is unaffected, the junk speeder is unaffected. It's the perfect play. Negate the Stardust Synchron. And now we got our Jet Synchron into Charge Warrior. Charge Warrior on summon, drawing a card. We're now going to Shokan into the Psyframe Lord Omega, which will banish a card from the opponent's hand. We're going to be discarding a card to reborn our Jet Synchron, making the Croco Dragon for quick effect, discard 2, pop a card. We're also going to be drawing on its summon. Goodbye to the ultimate Duel Links card. Enemy controller is gone. We only have Croco Dragon, pop a card by discarding 2. Not that big of a deal. Astra being met with the Black Garden, summoning a token. We're going to be special summoning a Scareclaw adjacent to one we already control as we now make the Light Heart. Light Heart will be able to search for a field spell which the Croco Dragon could activate its effect to destroy. We are going to instead use Ghost Ogre to destroy the Light Heart. Light Heart is still going to be searching for the field spell as the droplet now sends it to the graveyard to negate a card on the field, negating the Croco Dragon, which wasn't even activatable. We need 2 cards to discard to make it work. Now with our field spell, we have Rykart. Rykart special summoning. Is this Black Garden an actual good idea? We're going to have multiple monsters to attack into, but it actually does not matter because it's not battling into monsters that they control. You could attack directly with Scareclaw. Arrive onto the field, the Astra. Now we're going to link this up into the Light Heart again. Now the Arrival for some reason is not a hard once per turn. We could keep on using it. Tryhard is here. Tryhard's going to be gaining the ability of whatever we add from the deck. We could add piercing battle damage, which is what the Astra, I believe, is. No, this is number of attacks equal to the amount of monsters we have. We're making another Tryhard for another search again. Not hard once per turn. So this is 1 attack, 2 attacks and boosted, and it's now 3 attacks. Piercing, battle damage, boosted, and triple attack. Those are all the benefits. This is Scareclaw go second. 39, 38, lethal damage, just like that. Scareclaw goes second, wins 2-0 in the perfect ban list. Let's go. Kraken didn't even have to use a new deck list. Submitted this deck July 28th, and it was just perfect for the perfect ban list. No adjustments whatsoever, which means the deck is optimally built. If you would like to see more replays from Kraken, you can go to this Duelist ID and make sure to watch that replay. Here is the full deck list as I zoom out, including the extra deck. So you tell me, is there anything in this deck that should not exist for the perfect ban list? You're gonna have to comment it down below and also upvote the top comments to what we should adjust the ban list with. And we'll be taking probably the top 3 up to the top 5 comments and adjusting the perfect ban list. Fenrir is something that could be banned, probably should. Baron de Flor, something that should probably be banned. Apollo USA, something that could be banned. And we're not just banning cards from the top deck, we could ban anything from the entire tournament. even though this defeated Junk Speeder, is that something we want in the event? Maybe the turn 1 is too long. We want turn 1's not being too long, and we want interactive duels. I think that the grand finale was interactive enough to my liking, but that's going to be up to you. Triple enemy controller, what a chat. 52 cards, you love to see it. And just like that, thank you for contributing to the perfect ban list. Another perfect tournament. Let's go, Fools!